Look at how this bridge is beautiful. My name is Mtala the Voice. So I'm headed to South Sea, so I'm going this way. So let me show you something. I'm coming from this other side, this South B. In the previous video we talked about that, and right now we are going to South Sea, this side. So this is up there, what you're seeing there, that is the expressway leading you to the airport. This side you're coming from Westlands, now going to the airport this side. Now this Mombasa Road, it can lead you to up to the coastal part of the coastal region of the country, and this is the flyover now, headed to South Sea as we go like this. So before I continue, like in the previous video, I said this video I want to talk to men alone. I'm only talking to men. Even let me remove my sunglasses so that I can be able to talk to you more efficiently, so that you can be able to see me. I want to talk to men alone. So we're going this way. So let me cross, or should I? Let's just continue. Let's just continue. So I want to talk to men, African men. So if you're a lady, you can just you don't mind. You can just stop the video and maybe watch something else. But I'm talking to any African man that is watching me right now, because this is something of a big concern. A big concern. Reason why I'm saying this, it is so unfortunate in my comment section that someone is uncomfortable because another African brother or sister is prospering. And we as Africans, there is something that we need to learn. First of all, something that we need to learn. This one, even me personally, I've made it to be my personal, my personal discipline. Personal discipline. Personal discipline to ensure to prosper. That's some of the things, or to be an example to the society as a man. There's some things that we need to learn. And our big problem has been our dicks, our penis, to be precise. As African men, one of the concerns that has been deteriorating our progress is our dicks. So, my first advice, buy a hammer, buy at least 4 nails, 6 inches that is, and buy a bucket of ice cubes. Nail that deep and pour with it some, ice cubes, because it seems like we can't control our dicks. That's the first problem. Another thing is that we should be in a capacity or a situation to celebrate when other African brothers and sisters are doing well. It is so unfortunate that you go to the comment section, then I see my fellow men so disgusted, so bitter about progresses that other African brothers and sisters are making. So unfortunate. And on the other hand, contrary to that, or on the other hand, you can see our African sisters are celebrating what others are doing, are happy. So unfortunate. I really feel so disgusted, and I feel very ashamed, and I feel like I'm less of a person to see a strong African brothers not happy for what another African is doing. So unfortunate. So unfortunate. My name is Mtala the Voice. So that is the topic of today. We as African brothers, we should be able to be happy when we see others progress. Right now in South Sea, just next to South B. Remember in the previous video talked about South B. You can go and check. If you have not checked that video, you can go and check. So I want to cross. We're in NEMA. NEMA actually is the National Environmental Management Authority headquarters. So that means you don't make noise anyhow, how you feel. You see? Here in Kenya. So this South Sea. Personally, by the way, I prefer South Sea as compared to South B, personally. But there are some people who prefer South B as compared to South Sea, where we are right now. So we are in South Sea. To me, I prefer South Sea because I find it a little bit organized, or is it to me alone, but still squeezed. But this place, all of it is owned by the Somali community. Imagine. Our brothers came from the lowest point that you can ever think, and they became, slowly by slowly, collaborating, having that camaraderie as a community, until they were able to make something out of the unfortunate situation. They created something bigger that has been able to impact effectively to the economy, to the African economy. Just imagine that. So, we as Africans, we should be in a position that we should be able to appreciate when someone makes a step. Do you get me? Am I making sense? I need to know in the comment section. Am I making sense? Or maybe I'm just talking by myself or to myself. I need to know. So we're in South Sea. South Sea in Kenya, East Africa, where the Somalis have dominated here. They have created, amazing businesses. They have created residences. They have created something of their own out from scratch, imagine. And there is an African brother there who is not happy or who does not appreciate what others are making. Okay, simple thing like this. Even in the previous, I don't want to talk this again. I don't want to talk about this again. Because I said, in every community that you go in the world, you are going to find two people, actually. That one for sure. Everywhere in the world that you can never even think of. A good person and a bad person. That one for sure. So, you cannot include a whole community just because you had a few people maybe that maybe made something or maybe committed something wrong, and then you include everybody. You see, we cannot do that. I see, are these government offices or something? I need to know. So, that's what I'm trying to say. So, we should be able to appreciate when others make the step. And that should start with the basic things that do failure. This is KEBS, Kenya Bureau of Standards. So, before something is sold, Kenya Bureau of Standards is here. They come, check it if it's okay for consumption or maybe for the market. Then they give you the license. KEBS, Kenya Bureau of Standards. So, at least I've shown you something. We're in South Sea right now. We are not in South B. So we just crossed in the previous video. We did at South B, but right now we are in South Sea. Personally, I prefer South Sea. So,
Makola the voice.
Many people, some people, I cannot say many people, still remember me because I was on TV and also on radio. So some people maybe can be able to recognize me. So I thought nobody knows me here, but still there's a good number of people who still know me. They saw me on TV or maybe on radio. The good thing about radio, people don't know you much. I really enjoyed my time back then when I was still on radio. So many people don't know you. They just know your voice, but they don't know your face. But the moment when I went on TV, when I started doing documentaries as a presenter, people started knowing my face, man. So, this. So I was saying this, huh? Okay, let me expound on that. So some people don't know actually I do documentaries, and the reason why I do these vlogs also, because I want to be free. You know, most of the time documentaries you have to plan, you have to, you know, write a script, you have to, so many things, arranging. So I wanted to do something simple. I just walk. When I make a mistake, I just made that mistake. It goes like that. I don't edit. So that's one thing I like about vlogging, traveling. So prepare, man. Want to move to the next country, and I will tell you which country we are moving to very soon. Mashallah. So we are in South Sea. Okay. So something that was encouraging my African brothers and sisters. Now, today I was not talking to our sisters. Today I'm just talking to our brothers, because there is something that has been happening, and I felt, man, it's not good. We as Africans to behave in that way. So that's why I decided to talk to men alone. And this video, I don't expect to see ladies in this video. So you see, South Sea is a bit organized as compared to South Sea. I want to cross to the other side. So both. Right, I've crossed. So there we are, man, still walking. So I want to reach up to that point, then continue with these vlogs. So for now, let's go. So here we are. Down there, there is a Aquila police station, still in South Sea. And what you can see there is a roundabout just showing you around this beautiful, amazing place. And the topic today was just about men, we as African men. So speaking about that topic, of which I've seen negative, you know, mentalities about Somali brothers and sisters, I want, maybe from a personal level, what do you think? SGA, they're transferring money. When you see them, SGA actually, like how can we put it? It's like Wells Fargo or something like that, security company, or they do a lot of things actually. So this South Sea is still a South Sea. This South Sea roundabout you see here, you see how these people, man, are working hard, man, every day, man. I'm actually very inspired. Okay, I'll tell you a story about, you know, a friend of mine. I'll tell you this story. I want to share with you this story, and I think it's important on how I've been since my childhood. Even my first friend, like I remember, was a Somali. It was called Tawakkal Hassan. You know, I remember that so well. Even in campus, I'll share with you this story because he's a great friend of mine up to now. So at the age of 19, when we were still at campus, me together with a friend of mine, is a Somali actually, with other two friends of mine, we started our first company. We registered our first company. Imagine that. And it was an idea, you know, I came with the idea that we can come together and work together, start something like a production company, something like that. Then we reached a point where we saw it, well, let's start a company. So because of our Somali friend was exposed, actually knew how to do these things, so he was really of much significance to help us to register that company. Imagine at the age of 19, we're owning our first company, still in campus, students, you know. And thanks to this friend of mine who was a Somali, actually, who helped us so that to do the paperwork, because he was our age mate actually, but he already knew those things, man. So with us, we were like, amateurs, we don't know nothing. I want actually to cross to this side. I'm looking, I'll cross from there. So imagine, we were still at the same age, but he knew so much, he knew a lot, and he helped us, meaning that, due to their family connection and how they knew how to do these things, we as also, people like us who did not know how to do these things, were able to learn 2 or 3 things on how to do it. Hey, man. So when I see someone not appreciating them. I really feel so bad. That is Naivas in South Sea, but I want to go this way to back to the roundabout so that I can use that way because I want to go to Nairobi CBD. So I'm waiting for cars to cross here. So I was talking to men. We as African men, it is the right time for us to change our mentalities. And one of the things that we are going to help us, our problems as identified, has been our dicks. So look for that hammer, look for those 4 nails, hammer that dick and pour there some ice cubes. Then focus your mind towards development. Focus your mind towards ensuring our families are good. Focus your mind towards ensuring other Africans are progressing. Focus our minds thinking on economic issues and how we are going to impact on our societies. Focus our minds on how we are going to, our society is going to be better in socially, economically, spiritually. Let's think about those things as men and try as much as possible to remove these mentalities of hate. So mostly the guys who normally sell those sandals, mostly Maasais, but I'm told they're not Maasais from Kenya, they're Maasais from Tanzania who normally like those type of business. Maasais of Kenya are quite proud people, they're the bosses. In fact, Nairobi is a land of Maasai people, you should know that. So when it was made a capital city, people started coming from different areas of the country because it is at the center actually. So there is this something else. Talking about the center of the country, Kenya, there is this thing that I have in mind. Nairobi actually right now is almost full. That one for sure. So I was thinking, right now we are having roads being constructed up to Ethiopia. We're having interconnecting roads to Somalia, South Sudan. I think, but you can correct me. You are allowed to correct me. This place called Isiolo. Isiolo is in the northern part of Kenya, close to Meru actually. Isiolo should be the capital, the economic capital of Kenya. You can argue that as a Kenyan, but to me, I think so, because I think it is in the middle point and is a place that can be exploited because it interconnects in every country that you can ever think of. Look like right now, we are having, we're having partnership with Ethiopia, our neighboring country, and we are thinking of, buying the electricity or importing the electricity from, Ethiopia. Look at that opportune moment when we are having, yes, so look at that moment when we are having also trade with South Sudan. Look at Somalia. Now that is what we should be thinking about. Stop thinking about they are Somalis, or stop thinking about other people not benefit. Other communities that they are used to benefit more will not benefit. But let's think about something that is going to propel us economically in business. That's what men should do right now, and stop, gossiping, wax, and jealousy. Am I being understood? I don't know if I'm being understood. I want to know. Am I being understood? Tell me that in the comment section, because I really want to know if I'm being understood, or maybe I'm just speaking my own things. So, men, let's focus. African men, let's focus. Let's focus. So, I want to go this way. I was saying this. Nairobi originally was for the Maasais. And even before Nairobi, just know Mombasa was a capital city before. I know many Kenyans don't know that. Mombasa was a capital city before it was transferred to Nairobi for centralization. So some people back then were not even comfortable with, so that Nairobi, maybe it's for Maasais, but right now the most dominant communities are not even the Maasais. The Somalis are doing good, the Kikuis are doing good, Lugos are doing good, Kisii, Kalenjin, Luyas, and many other tribes are doing good in Kenya. So when you take it to Isiolo, doesn't mean it is only one community that is going to benefit from that. Am I being understood? Men, it is an opportune moment as African men to stand up and support each other and stop these silly wars against each other, because by coming together is when we are going to create that awareness, and it's when we are going to bring that unity and togetherness, that harmony, and a good environment towards understanding each other. Like in any country you can go, or any society you can go, you should learn to be tolerant with each other. Maybe some things might not be comfortable with you about other communities or a group of people, societies, but that should not be something to divide us as Africans. I hope I'm being understood right now. So, a girl saying hello. So, I want to be understood from that given point. I hope I'm making sense up to this moment. I hope I'm making sense. Aslam High School. That's a high school here at South Sea. Somalis are doing great, and we should be able to learn that from their camaraderie and hard work. Even with the challenges, they have been able to prove that everything is possible. Tell me in the comment section what we think. Yes, that's it. My name is Antara the Voice. Have a good time.